Hi guys, I'm back again for the weekly oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne, and in this video I'm going to be giving a general love reading focusing on all soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, and all divine counterparts. Anybody that you're connected to romantically, I invite you to stay tuned and watch. I'm sure there's a message for you. Okay, I just want to say to you guys, Happy New Year. We're here, 2021. I am so excited. I've been looking forward to this all year. I mean, it's been a challenging year, but I know good things are going to come from it. And that's why we have to be optimistic. We all have to work together because, you know, energy is expandable. It spreads. So if we are all positive and optimistic and just looking forward to it, it is going to spread to each and every one of us. And if it doesn't, I mean, we'll try to make the best of it. But it was a great New Year for me. I actually kind of fell asleep before 12, like a half hour before, but my daughter woke me up and it was great. Something I'd never done before, but I still welcome in the new year, you know, just embracing it. I was exhausted. It's been a it's very intense this past week with everything happening, and I know everybody is feeling the same way. I hope you guys all had a great New Year and holiday celebration throughout the whole December. It was a very family oriented. It seemed like it was more home. It was more, I don't know, it just had something about it. I really enjoyed this holiday season, probably a little bit more than others. I didn't think I would, but yeah, because it was about appreciating just what's in front and not exactly what you go out and buy and what you do. And, you know, not that we are materialistic, but we get caught up with it. Okay, so I've laid out the cards, and divine masculine, divine feminine. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take one or the other. You can use the whole reading, or if you relate to one more than the other, that's fine, because divine masculine lives inside of us. I know a few of you have been asking me about that, so I just wanted to explain that. So take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. Okay, so the first card for divine masculine, truth. And finding that truth, finding the truth inside of you is important. Divine masculine now is starting to take off the mask, as you can see. It's not necessarily that they are wearing the kind of masks we wear when we go to the store, we go out, but it's the kind of mask that they just hide behind. They show this other side to them. So the inner truth is starting to come through. There's a lot of activity. Just because the activity isn't going in the direction that you would like it to, there is definitely new beginnings. Honey is right here, so if you hear a little clicking noise, she wanted to stay with me. She loves being in the camera too. So anyways, so the truth is coming out, and it's a time to embrace what is internal. Divine masculine is starting to see things that they didn't see, and it's been an incredible time for both divine masculine and feminines with unions. There's a lot of unions happening, but there's also a lot of breakups. Okay, so when I say union, I don't mean like, oh, everybody's back together and they're so happy. No, in order for a union to happen, you have to remember something. Divine counterparts have to go through a process many times, not the kind of process that we go through when we're just getting to know someone. I mean, that's wonderful. That's like the honeymoon phase. But then there's other things that's internal and external that needs to be brought out. And many times a person is brought to us, and sometimes it doesn't have to be your divine counterpart. It actually can be a karmic connection, and then you meet your divine counterpart way afterwards, while being with the karmic that made you see certain things. Now, there's a lot of theories about how counterparts, divine counterparts, and karmics come together. So just because if you feel you're in a karmic connection, you may be with your divine counterpart, but you're learning about yourself, or vice versa. So you know what? Don't label your divine counterpart. I always call it like who you're sent to, who you're drawn to. Go with it. Don't resist because you're saying this is not the person I'm supposed to be with. No, you're being led. And many times you can have an epiphany and like say, wow, this is the person I'm supposed to be with. Amethyst, revealing your true self. And you guys can just zoom up on that, or you can just freeze it and read the card. I will try my best to see if I can read it. Okay. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. So when we have these two cards, it's amazing. I love it the way they come out. Yeah, the true self, the authentic self, they go together hand in hand. And if you don't find your true authentic self, you're never going to be the true you, obviously. But it's a time for divine masculine now to see that. And maybe you're getting messages, maybe you're being more empathic than other times, because that's the way it works. Something comes through, something is happening, because we've been having a lot of eclipses this past, well, last month, last few months, and it seems like the energies, vibrations has been more intense. It's been like more like elevated, and it's like, okay, so now that everything is so elevated, what do I do with it? Self-love. That's what you do with it. Self-love. Love yourself. Don't put too much on yourself that you're supposed to be doing something else in your life. Self-love is very important, guys. You may say to yourself, oh yeah, I love myself. I love myself. That's ego. That's ego, seriously. And you know, someone says to you, yeah, I love myself. I know all about it. I don't want to hear about that. I hear that all the time. And you know what? I just bypass the conversation, because obviously they don't love themselves. When someone talks to me about loving myself, you know, like I get readings too, and they say you must love yourself. I say, yeah, sometimes I'm neglecting myself. I do need to love myself more. Seriously. So if I'm saying it and I'm teaching it to you guys, then something is going on that you need to like listen to it. When you dominate the conversation, always remember this, ego takes over. Like, who is that person? This is what your ego is saying. Who is that person to tell me what I need to do and how I need to do it? But though you're looking for guidance, you got what I'm saying? Many times you have to humble yourself. You have to pull down the ego, pull down the guard, pull down all of that stuff, because you know what? I'm willing to hear it. If I'm willing to hear it, you have to be willing to hear it, because that's the only way your spirit can grow and evolve. Seriously. So when I say that, it's part of the process with what you need to do to get stronger, to grow spiritually, and to manifest your divine connection with your soulmate, your twin flame, your twin ray, the person that you're with. In order to manifest that, self-love has to come in. Yeah, it can be really painful. It can be so painful that, you know, I go through it too. You know, releasing the outer layer. Sometimes we get caught up with certain things. It's normal, guys. It's so normal for us to get caught up with the outer layer. When we go through this, we end up failing to see that true beauty that's inside of us, the light. Now, when I say the light is not shining because you're not shining yourself. So when, you know, I'm asked a lot of times in readings, what do I need to work on? Okay. Now I could tell somebody what I think. That's just, you know, what I think. Only you, okay, remember that, will know what you need to work on. Nobody can come to you and tell you, hey, look, you need to work on this. You need to work on that. You need to, you know, like, your ego automatically feels offended. You feel offended and your ego just kicks in, you know, and that's normal. That's called being human, because nobody wants to be told you're this or you're that or you're this, you're that. So I never will tell you what you need to do. I mean, I will guide you and help you to find it yourself. But, you know, what the messages that come to me, you know, are given to me to give to you, I can tell you straight up what it is, and that's what I usually do. But I will do it in a loving manner so you can understand it. You know, you got what I'm saying? When someone comes to you and tells you this, you need to, one thing I always know that I need to work on, and people always tell me this, and anytime I get any type of session, reading, anything that I get, patience. Yeah, and slow down. And, you know, I'm overworking myself, or if I'm putting too much pressure on myself because I work too much, you know, and I need to slow it down. So over the years, I have said to many people, I know I need to do that. And that's mainly saying, when I say, I know I need to do that, it means I don't want to hear what you have to say because I'm going to do my own thing, you know. But instead, you know, I'll say, what else do you think? What else do you think that it's necessary? You know, like getting it more done in a more beautiful, peaceful manner can actually help you, because when you're hearing it and you're absorbing it, you're actually going to do it. And then you say, yes, you're right. You know, telling that person they're right. You're right. That's exactly what I need to do. Thank you. And I thank them with gratitude. And it's like, wow, maybe it's something I didn't want to hear. Sometimes productive criticism, you know, sometimes when you get that, you know, it seems like they're criticizing, but they're not. You know, a lot of, you know, family members will come to you and say certain things, and sometimes you get offended. You know, it happens to all of us, but that's family members that they do that because they love you. And sometimes they're right, and sometimes they're wrong. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. You have to just go with what your self-love, what your self-saying with love, I should say. Okay, life lessons. Important life lessons to learn, to use, and to grow by. And I will read this card if I can see it properly. Okay, you can break free from reoccurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson. And, oh my gosh, and bless, oh, if I have the light right on me, and blessing they contain, Sorry, you guys can see it. I can see it better like this when I post it on the light. Okay, so anyways, life lesson. I like to read the message that the author of the cards give. And, I like to give my own interpretation from what I'm picking up from my guides. And basically, that's your life lesson. I'm picking up messages that the Divine Masculine is getting something. Something is happening with the Divine Masculine. The life lesson is there, but are they getting it? So ask yourself, am I supposed to be here or am I supposed to be someplace else? If you're involved with somebody and you're constantly questioning it, and maybe it's a breakup, and maybe the breakup, just didn't go very well. Maybe it ended like through, like a message on Instagram or Facebook or social media or text, and, it devastated you. Maybe you need to say something. Maybe you need to put something out there to just bring out your true self, your who you are. Because if you're hurting inside, obviously you have to work on that. And you have to push ego away. You have to push pride. You have to push everything away just so that you can find the balance that you need to do, the messages that are given to you. I can't tell nobody what to do, but maybe that person needs to step up. So, like that's the message that you get, whatever you're getting. And if you're dancing around it back and forth, what do I do? What do I do? Then maybe you shouldn't do anything, because if you would have felt when you're getting pushed to do something energetically, trust me, you will be pushed to do it, and you will do it without even asking anybody. So that's just the way it works. I always say when I'm getting messages, is it messages because I want this, or is it messages because messages from myself, I should say, my higher self, saying that I want this and my ego's kicking in? Or is it messages from the divine giving it to me saying, hey, you need to do this? So you'll know what to do. You'll get that notion and you'll just do it and you won't ask nobody. But that's not an impulse. Impulse is done quickly without even thinking. So when you're thinking about it over and over, you need to know, am I supposed to reach out to her or him and just have a good, sit down and we need to discuss these things? Or do we need to have a proper closure to our situation, whatever it is? Or maybe we need to rekindle things. These are messages that only you will get. Okay, the divine feminine is intuition. Follow your intuition, follow what your gut says, and go with it. Don't keep stressing about this is the way it is and this is the way I have to make my life. This is about your love life. Your love life is everything. You have to embrace it. That your love life is basically what controls us. And I'm not talking about a relationship. I'm talking about love. When I say love life, a lot of people think it's just that person in their life. No, just like Valentine's Day. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day just because we have our sweetheart gives us candy. No, we celebrate it with our family, just our friends, our people who are dear to us, our pups. We love, the people around us. And I'm going to read this message. Okay, new or renewed romantic love is here for you. Okay, so this is talking about a love life. This is talking about a relationship. This is talking about who you are and following your intuition. So something new is going to happen within your love life. A renewal, I should say, a renewal from love, from romantic partner, replenishing that love back into your life. Excuse me. A lot of energy just coming through. And you know what? That's where you have to just follow your intuition. Your love life is important. And you know what? It's not necessarily meaning that you got caught up with the wrong person and you don't know how to get out of it. Or you don't know why this person treats you the way they do. Or you just don't know why nobody is coming into your life that is beneficial, that is a good candidate for a long-term partnership. Sometimes things happen for a reason, guys. You may be facing what I faced for many, many years. Like I give myself as an example. I didn't find my twin flame till later, but though I've been through a lot of rocky roads with relationships that were karmics, that were people who were contracts, soul contracts, and you go through the struggle before the actual person enters in your life. And many times it's not that way. Maybe you meet that person when you're very young and you have a very rocky road with that person. And then you come together in union way later. So everybody is different, because I know a lot of people ask me my situation. Never compare it, because mine is unique. As many of you read my situation, my story, it's on my YouTube, on my Instagram, basically, and my blogs, you can see them. But basically, you have to go through a lot of, I'm not saying challenges, but we have to remove the outer layers in order to grow internally. And you have to remember, I'm a spiritualist, I'm psychic, I have the gift, but I can't see it for myself, if that makes sense. Meeting somebody that is your divine counterpart and you think, oh, this is the one, or this is not the one, or who is this person? Then probably it isn't. That's what your mind will constantly play around with you, especially when you are familiar with this kind of stuff. So it doesn't matter how spiritual you are. I was a runner in my situation. And many of you know about my situation. Like I said, I will put a link down below if you guys want to watch the video with my husband to see, just to get to know me a little bit. And if you don't know me, it's something to find interesting. Affirmations, important, guys, very important for 2021. Just like what I was saying, divine feminines need to be more optimistic, to be more grounded, to be more open to things. And this card looks exactly like that picture. I don't know, I just noticed that. You guys notice things like that? I know I always do. Yeah, so that means being grounded too. Being grounded to what is in your true inner calling inside. Maybe there's something that you want to do. Maybe it's something you're thinking about for this year. I want to start something new. I want to start over again. I want to be that person that's enlightening to others. I want to be that person. I always say that. I love to be inspiring, and I love to communicate with you guys. And I'm a shy woman. I have to be honest with you. It took me a long time to really put my effort to get on camera and talk. I love to talk. Don't get me wrong. That's that's natural. When I was in school, the teacher wrote, Anne is very good. She's a very good student, but she's a bit talkative. And I was like, that's when I first heard it. I was like 5 years old. And my sister's like, what does that mean? It was like, we didn't know what that meant. So basically, you have to just bring it out. Bring out your true identity, true self, and, go with it. Control issues. Release the control issues, divine feminines. Release the control issues. Sometimes you're programmed. My life is supposed to be a way that I'm supposed to be happy this way, or I'm supposed to be in a relationship by now. I should have kids, or I should have grandkids, or I should be in a higher position in my career. Who's telling you need to be those things? No, that's something that we sometimes are brought up with, that we were taught. Nothing wrong with it, though. Nothing wrong with it. You did all you can and you're living your life. But if you keep putting those control energies on yourself, you're never going to evolve spiritually. It's always like, you need to do what you want. Of course, with moderation. You can't just, say, oh, I'm going to just dance around and not care about nothing. I mean, if you're in your home, yeah, that's wonderful. But, going out in the real world, you have to find, your inner balance and say, you know what, in moderation, that's basically what it is. And I'm going to try to read this one if I can. If I can't, it's orange letters. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. That others may try to control you. Guys, it's so crucial right now in today's world. Everybody thinks that they're being controlled because we can't go out, in public, or our area is locked down, and we're being suffocated. That's only for our highest good, really. It's not mainly because they are trying to control us. Common sense says, I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get, what's going out there. So they don't have to tell me, because I just want to be healthy. So, you do in moderation. You wear your mask, you stay away from crowds. Things have to settle down, guys, before it can get better. So if everybody's doing what they want, That's not a control thing. That's more of like, more of, I don't know what you want to call that, but that's just not right. You have to respect what is being out there, what is being said to you, but also you have to do things in moderation. So when I say control, I mean having control of yourself, having control of your life. You want to do the right thing. You want to be the person you are. But if you're looking at the past life and you feel that you need to be in a certain position in your life, then that's wrong, because it can't go on like you have to just keep yourself like doing what other people want, is what I'm trying to say. You got what I mean? So divine feminines, you got this. You can do it. Fight through the stereotype living or a mindset that some people get. I know we've all had it. I've had, a way that I had to live or I had to be, and, you try, but then if it doesn't work for you, then, your family only want the best for you. But, if it's not working for you and you don't feel like yourself, you have to live yourself. You have to live, your life. You have to do the things that, make you happy and raise your vibration. And you know what happens? The family follow you. The family are like, hey, what are you doing? I wanted that. That's the way my family is anyways. So there was lots of messages here. New Year Day. Well, yesterday was New Year's Day. But anyways, a New Year reading looks very prosperous for us, for you guys too. It's like everybody sees that change, that new beginning. And you know what? It's a little bit more about self-love, practicing self-love, practicing more about saying your affirmations, getting closer to God, praying. That's number one. That should be number one for all of us. Getting closer to the higher power, whatever, culture or religion, whatever you believe in, getting closer to it so that, you can find, your peace, your inner peace, because that's where it starts. It starts with inner peace, with love, and that's what God is. God is love. And then, everything will fall into place. I know sometimes things are not easy. We're going through different things. Everybody has their own problems, their own issues. And you know what? That's why we stick together. And you know what? We're going to make it work. 2021, I really do, is going to be an amazing year. It's going to be great. And I know we say sometimes, we say that every year. But you know what? We go in there with optimistic. 2020 was not terribly wrong. It wasn't really bad because there were some things that I was not comfortable with. I lost my, Snowy, but I gained my Honey, my puppy, my Yorkie puppy. She's right here. She wants to say hi. Let me just bring her out to you guys. Come here, Honey. She's just right here. This is Honey. You guys see her you guys probably saw her on my Instagram if you watch. I have her on some videos, but she's a 7-month-old chocolate Yorkie. That's why she's this color. And she's kind of big. She's like 8 pounds. She's a good size. I like that, look at this coloring. I just have to show you guys. I want to take her to my hairdresser and say, can you make me this color? Although I don't get my hair colored. I do my own. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. It's just that this is what I'm saying about love. Some things are being brought to you, and she's a blessing. And my daughter got Toto. You guys know Toto. He's another little Yorkie, so we love our Yorkies. And we got our Kisses. My Kisses, I love her. My 14-and-a-half-year-old Westie. Yeah, she's getting up there. She's big. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, if you're not following, I hope you can. I do post a lot of things about, motivation and inspiration. I try to help everybody, just be united as one, because it's not easy. It's really, I have people I follow so I can get the motivation, so I can give it to everybody too. So if one person, it goes viral, I don't like to say that viral word, but it does. So let's do it all in a good way. Let's all make 2020 the best that we can be. Not thinking negative, not looking at negativity, but pushing it all away and saying, you know what? It's going to be good. Find something that makes you happy this month. I always say January is a month-long time to get things right. I do a lot of cleaning. I do a lot of journaling, and I put my vision board together. So it's like everything is being brought out step by step. I want to do everything right so I can make my whole year right. So, go with the light, go with what you feel in your heart, and just be you. Okay, so like I said, these messages were very strong, and take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't, because some people will resonate with it more and some people won't. Maybe you should watch this video again if it doesn't seem like it's resonating with you, or forward it to somebody that maybe you think might need to hear some of the messages that are coming through. I also offer phone, chat, and email readings, and the links are down below in my description area. There's blog. I have blogs and articles and other videos that you can check out. I have a lot of stuff, and I plan on making more videos and writing more when I get some time. It's just been a little crazy lately. So I just want to say to you guys, thank you for all the support you've given me in 2020 and 19 and 18 and 17 and 16 and 15. I've been doing this for a long time, so I really want to just say thank you. I love you guys all for all that you do, because it's a positive energy exchange. Seriously, I don't need to do this, but I want to do this, and that's why I do it. And I'm still here, and I'm consistent every week, even if I had to do it last minute. And this was, like all the time. I'm like that. Sometimes I'm like, I don't prepare everything, but then I do. I make everything work. Okay, so until next time, God be with you all. Namaste, and happy 2021.